guys, Jared Krause, and I teach people to buy websites for passive income. The thing is that I see online, there's so many YouTube videos and so many stories of people who have gone and bought websites and made massive mistakes and lost a lot of money. And that's what I want to talk about in this video, why we make mistakes when buying websites. For the best advice on how to go away and buy online businesses that have passed that 90% failure rate that all startups face and have a proven track record that are making money month over month, go away and hit the subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so you can be updated when I upload new videos about this every single week. So as you know, there's people that go away and make investments, and a lot of people make bad investments. And when it comes to buying websites, we need to be really good at doing our research and our due diligence. And there's so many mistakes we can actually go away and make. And I want to tell you about a story of mine when I went to go and buy my first website. It was an absolutely massive mistake. You see, I found this website, it was on Flippa, and this was many years ago, and I was teaching myself how to do research and due diligence. And I thought I'd learned a whole lot about research and due diligence, and I thought, you know, I'm pretty confident in doing this. Now I need to go to the next step. What the next step was to not just do the data due diligence, but to jump onto the phone with the seller and speak to them and ask them questions about their business. Questions that I didn't or couldn't get answers to from looking at the data of the business and the prospectus that they provided me. Now, as I went to pick up the phone, I was very nervous. And what I had was a list of questions, and I thought I was doing this really well. I had a list of questions ready to ask the seller. And I picked up the phone and we had a conversation, and the conversation was very clunky and chunky, and the person who owned the business knew what they were talking about. However, myself, I had no idea. And I was learning, and a little bit of an idea, sorry, I should make myself feel a little bit better. I had a little bit of knowledge of what was going on, but the conversation didn't flow at all. And I jumped off the phone call, and I realized that I had just totally botched that whole phone call up, and I wasn't going to be able to go away and buy the business. And I was a bit upset about this, and the reason I see this and why it's a massive mistake is that I had apparently prepared a whole lot of questions for the call, but they weren't in a very good order, and I didn't ask them in a flowing way where we have a conversation about the business, rather than me ask one question here, speak for a little bit about something else, and then ask the same sort of question in a different sort of light, which is really ridiculous and stupid. And these are mistakes that we all make. And a massive mistake that we make when looking and doing research and speaking to the seller on the phone is not having good enough questions. So that's a huge mistake that we make. And another one is cross-referencing the financials. So a lot of people get an Excel sheet and then they go away and see, okay, cool, this is how much the business is making, how much the expenses are, and then what the financials are, and they forget to cross-reference it with actual real proof of the finances. And that can be a massive mistake because you don't have real proof the business is actually costing that in expenses and making that type of money. And the third and final thing is that I want to talk about is never sell yourself into buying a website or buying any investment, right? So let me tell you about dollar signs. This is what happens to a lot of us who first come to the game of making money through investments, especially buying websites. As we see these websites for sale, we see how much they cost, we see how much they're making per month, and we go, cha-ching, this is how much I'm going to be making every single month. And this is how long it's going to take me to get 100% return on my investment back. Why is that scary? Because what happens is we start focusing on the dollar signs and how good our life's going to be, and forget about how good or not so good the investment is. And that's a really important thing to understand. Now, this is a quick and short snapshot video of what I actually talked about in episode number 4 of the Buying Online Business podcast with Mr. Charlie Valho, who has built many online businesses ranging from the 6 figures up into the 7 figures. And we discuss and dive deeper into more issues and mistakes we all make when buying websites. So to get a full understanding, please go away and listen to the podcast. It's episode number 4 of the Buying Online Business podcast. There'll be a link in the description. And for those of you guys who do have questions about what I've just talked about in this video or on the podcast, or anything that you want to know about buying websites and making passive income online, please comment all of your questions below. So guys, I hope you got a whole lot of value from this actual video, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.